Hey you guys, it's Denise once again back with that tutorial I promised you on making the paper bag envelopes, as many of you saw in my previous video. So let's get to it. All you need is a paper bag. If I can find mine, here we go, just a normal lunch sack. What we need to do with this first is make two 8-inch squares out of it, and I'll show you how I do that. I just go ahead and measure 8 inches. I put the bag up, the open end of the bag up to the 8-inch mark, and just make my cut. Now this flap will probably be in the way. I just lift that up and cut. But do not throw this away because I'll show you what we can do with it. So then you have this here. I usually take one of these creases here and just ever so slightly cut that off just so we can open up the bag, okay? So like just a sliver cut off there. So you can open up your bag. Now we have to make two 8-inch squares. We know it's 8 inches this way, so I want to cut 8 inches to make my first 8-inch square, and my second 8-inch square, which you won't be cutting very much off. But you know, at Target the other day I saw they have lunch bags that are red and some that are blue, so I had to pick up some of those as well. So this is all you'll be cutting off, somewhere close to that. So two 8-inch squares. Now let me show you what I do. To make the envelope, I just turn it, and I'll do this facing you so you can see. Fold it into a triangle. Put your points together down here and get your bone folder out. You know what's funny, I was just thinking about this the other day, that about a year ago is when my daughter and I, she's 12, we started looking at all the YouTube videos and all the mini albums and what have you. And one day she said, "Mom, we need to get a tool." And I said, "Well, what tool is that?" And she said, "A bone folder." I said, "A what?" She said, "A bone folder." And I finally figured out that she was saying a bone folder, but we had been watching all these videos with these ladies with accents that are different than ours, of course, and it was just so hysterical because she just had no clue. So I'm like, oh, so now we always call it a bone folder. It was so funny because people say I have an accent, being from Chicago, but I don't. All of you do. Not me. Everybody else does. Anyway, okay, here we go. Trying to think what I do at this point. Okay, you know what? It is going the wrong way. So anyway, I just want to do it so you can see what you do. So, corner to corner, use the bone folder. Now, we're going to take this point here and bring it down, you know, almost touching that crease, but I don't bring it down the entire way. And then we're going to take one edge or one corner and bring it over, and I just make sure it's lined up at the bottom. Make sure you have like a pretty edge here, and just crease it. Same with this side, bring it over to the middle, crease it. Now, I open this back up, and you could at this point cut this from this crease up. You could cut it off, but I just tuck it in, make it easier on myself, easier on you. There we go, done. Nobody's the wiser. So take your adhesive, and I'm just going to run it along the bottom and seal the bottom of that flap down. Same with the other side. Okay. There you go, and there is your paper bag envelope. You have room here for a tag, here, you know what, and even with your tag, there's room for a tag, but you even have, like, I hope you can see that, little extra cubby or extra little pocket there so you could put something else. And same with this side. So I have made a couple different sizes of these. This is using the 8-inch square. You could use paper, cardstock, I mean, anything you want to incorporate this into your projects. This is using and I haven't glued it, but this is using a 6-inch square piece of paper for your envelope. And this little guy is using a 4-inch square piece of paper. So you can make them whatever size you want, whatever fits your project. Now, with this leftover flap, the bottom part, we are going to make something special. You need to get a piece of cardstock, and I'm just using double-sided because that's what I have right here. And it needs to be cut 8.5 by 5 1/4. We are then going to score it at 3.5. Oops, let's go to the other side. 3.5, and score it again at 7 inches. Okay, there we go. Now I'm just going to reinforce those folds here. And we are going to adhere. This is going to go in here like so. But we need to, I'd like to tape or adhere this to each other just because so it doesn't like flap around. So we'll have like a little pocket here. I'm going to put adhesive on the back. And this might, I mean, I don't know if all paper bags are the same dimensions, or you might have to change this slightly. Generic paper bags anyway I'm talking about. So I'm going to glue or adhere this to that middle section, and then I also want to adhere this the other side of the paper bag. So just going to run some adhesive. You can use glue stick, I'm sure, whatever you got. And then I'm just going to fold that up. And look at this cute little envelope you've got here. Open it up and, oh, you've got space for a little treat. And you know what? The funny thing is all you have left over from that one paper bag are these two little strips. Now, I'm going, you know, green like we're all trying to do, and I'm trying to be a better environmentalist and all that good stuff, have a better world for my kids to live in. So I decorated one and used these two strips. I just curled them and attached them to the card that I made to this. Isn't that sweet? And you have zero waste. Not even a hair of paper bag anywhere. I mean, then it's completely used. And you have 2 envelopes in this sweet little thing made out of it. It's so cool. So I hope you guys like it. I hope you incorporate it into all your minis, and I'd like to see them. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.